And no, JD's not going to be with us this morning, so we have a very special prayer. Good morning, my dear. Let us pray.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew, and good morning to the nation. This morning, Lord, we give you thanks, we give you praise. We cannot fail to thank you, because without you, we cannot do anything of ourselves. Give you thanks. We give you praise, we glorify your name. And a special thanks this morning for the farmers this morning, blessed Lord. Father, peace be on this part I bow, peace, Lord, and Allah wisdom, let the unknown peace of God, let the manner of peace abide, let the spirit now come down, let the blessing take his place. This morning, blessed Lord, I bring the country before you. I bring the nation. I bring the nation children this hour, blessed Lord. Look over each and every one of them. Look down this morning, Lord. I bring all the workers here and everywhere before you this morning, blessed Lord. Father, we thank you for health and for strength and for life and for mercy. I bring Mr. Andrew before you this morning, blessed Lord. Father, look down upon that son. Thanking you for health and for strength for him. Thanking you for mercy for him this morning, blessed Lord. Remember, willing servant for you this hour, blessed Lord. I bring his staff before you this morning, Master. Each and every one of them, I cannot name them one by one, but they are like your children. You are acquainted to each and every one of them. Remember them this morning. I bring the Prime Minister of Grenada before you this morning, blessed Lord. Father, look down on him with pity and compassion. Joy you cut in and give him a peep down this hour, Lord. Prop them on any bend inside this hour, Lord. I bring all the ministers before you this hour, Lord. Look over each and every one of them this morning. Remember them this morning, blessed Lord. Wheresoever they locate, guide and protect them. Remember the opposition party. I bring them, Dr. Kid, before you. I bring all the ministers, those who are to win, Lord, and those who are to win, I bring them before you. Father, pass by each and every village and every parish and every country. Look over them this morning, Lord. Father God, the sick and afflicted, Lord, and those that cannot help themselves. Remember the farmers in the land this morning, blessed Lord. Remember those who are about to go this hour, blessed Lord. Father, remember JD this morning, wheresoever I look at, guide him and protect him. My God and my King, in no other name, but only in your name, Jesus. As you tell the disciples to say, our Father which art in heaven, holy be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us the days our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen and amen. Thank you, Lord.
Amen. Good morning, and how are you doing, my dear?
I'm doing a kind of good boy, the tickle Papa Nutmeg.
They what?
It is Papa Nutmeg, Papa didn't feeling too good for last week, the week for the carnival. After the carnival, he sent somebody and pick up the nutmeg, give him the Thursday after the carnival. The person go and pick with it. He had the intention, but Ali doesn't listen when woman speaking to all because I little say woman stupid. So I tell him, I say, you shouldn't pick up the nutmeg because they do buy nutmeg Friday. Leave it on the ground. Send the boy go and pick it up. When the boy come and inquire now, they do buy nutmeg. Still this week they buy the nutmeg. Well, anyway, the nutmeg stay. So Tuesday morning I get up, I prepare breakfast, and I say, well, I will go and sell the nutmeg. It's about 30 pounds of nutmeg. I tell him, I say, I can't bring up the nutmeg up the road. He lay about minutes to it. So as you going up, drop the nutmeg up the road, give me. Give somebody the nutmeg to drop up the road for him, the person in front, and I'll go while after I go. But whilst I in the veranda, the spirit of revolution tell me, can you soon send up the nutmeg? You should wait when you're going up to bring up the nutmeg. Next thing are they out in the walkway or sweeping out the veranda before I go and get ready because they doesn't keep thing up there before I get ready. I hear like it come wrong the kind of way you could sit down and I hear telling somebody what's going on. Carl can give me. But I hear for myself because I was outside there. They take the nutmeg, I say they take the nutmeg. He tell me, they take the man nutmeg, I tell him, I say, go in the station and go in the pool. But the suspect, they does not go in the pool and sell nutmeg. They have the contact. When they take it, they bring it to a certain person. And the certain person buying it over from them and go in and sell. So, yesterday morning, I was inside one of the worker was walking with child, right? She saying, you can't say that. Don't say you go kill the human. So I put out my head in the window. I say, you don't know what Caroline did? Then she tell me she and who. Look, he say, you kill you and he go what and what. So I come out. I say, come and kill me. I say, you take the man Nutmeg and you come this morning saying you go kill me. What I go do with you 20 pound and Nutmeg? Well, not you what take it. How you know it's 20 pound? Because where he go and put it there, the woman don't give him the right amount. And she know it's still the definite, so she wouldn't give him the right amount. So she pay, as everybody see. When husband go in the station, I hear they ask him if he suspect. If he say no. But as I tell him, if he did say who he suspect, and you tell me that word this yesterday morning, I'm going for myself in the station, how you know it's 20 pounds? And when I know it's 30 pounds, so where the other 10 pounds go? Eh?
Yeah, I understand.
And just for Tuesday, I'm telling you, a hot, a sick. Oh God, you pay somebody to go and pick up the nutmeg you. You didn't feeling too bright. The person go, they pick up the nutmeg, they bring the nutmeg. We made the nutmeg. Going to the stay, the nutmeg stay. I wash the maize, everything for us to sell the maize and the nutmeg together, you know. They pick up the nutmeg below the shed. All of their nutmeg take theirs and they leave. We on because so we does one load you how you bring it up there. And when the who come, if it's mine, I take mine and I go. If it's everybody come and they take the nutmeg. Not Chalo alone, not the nutmeg. They three of them. Chalo is the bad lucky one. But anyway, God is good. As I tell him, those story, the nutmeg is real hot me, but I drop it down already.
Yeah, let it go.
I put it down on the ground already. Okay, bye.
Bye, darling.
All
Take
right.
care. All right, good. In broad daylight, yeah. What are you doing that for? Money? That's all we're doing it for. Money. Money, 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 money. Make the family uncomfortable. They wouldn't die, but you've made it a little bit more difficult for them to do what they got to do. Yeah. Somebody, if you're not listening, somebody will tell you that I said you are a thief. Yeah, you know who you are. And somebody knows who you are. And they will tell you that Andre says you are a thief. Ain't no joke about that. Good morning, Mr. Watts. How you doing? Gemma, what's up, girl? Vanessa. Yeah, dealing with that old thief on it. You understand them, you know. Good morning, Grenada. Everybody want to see. What am I hearing? You know, I hear things in the background these days. Yeah, the zombie. Mm, 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 mm. So how I getting this thing right? Okay. Let me see if it does. Oh boy. Oh, cricket thing, right? This. Forget the cricket, Andre. Um. All right. So yeah, no, JD's not with me this morning. Definitely not. Okay. So I'm gonna check. I'm working as sort of a magic this morning. Good morning to Mina. How you doing? Yeah, resourceful Mina. Let's see if I can continue to work that magic here. I'm just trying to see um, what I can. Should I go here? Oh, you're not seeing me. Right. I know that. I know that. Okay, let me see if I can solve that problem. And good morning to Shirley. Scared girl. What happening? Jack, Jocelyn Francois, good morning. Tedro Peters, what's your baby daddy inside of New York City? What's up? His baby daddy? See, people put all sorts of name, eh? Next thing I say, baby daddy, I think is a man, is a lady that put in that name. Anyway, when baby daddy ready, he or she will identify. Or it could be one of those who do not want to be identified as he or she. Other is a thing. That's a thing these days. Other. OTHER. What a trouble in the world, eh? Male, female, other. Drumsticks. Uh-oh. That person has a something too loud. Hello?
Hey, what going on?
Daisy, what happening with you? Hello? Hello? Yeah. Nah, he credit card done. I know I'm Tim there. Good morning. Hello? Well, I know that call drop out. And la 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 la. Yeah. Somebody asked me, where's the Igwe? Don't know. I just see a WhatsApp from him, but I don't know where he is. Oh, I don't know. Igwe has been by himself. Good morning, Christine Atley. How you doing, girl? Yeah, I was gonna get something. Oh yeah, people wanted to see me because they say they're not seeing me. Okay. Take it easy. Well, watch at that. Okay, there is one right there. Everybody want to see down in computer, and they forget. Yeah, that is one. And then so you can see that one. Good morning. Look at me. Right. Look at me right here. I ain't go nowhere. I ain't think I ain't. Right. So we can do the next one too. All right. So we can do the next one. Put it right here. So see. Yeah, that is me trying to fix it there, but you can't see what I trying to fix. I alone can see what I trying to fix. Woo! Look at that. I ain't like how my shirt looking in this one. I prefer my shirt in this one here. And you prefer shirt? Yeah, I prefer my shirt. So what? What is that? Okay. Right. Now, oh, yeah, the girl sent me a thing, baby. Let me go on. But the thing about it is that, which is that? She ain't send that in proper email. Ah, okay. So send it in my email. Yeah. Let me tell her that. All right. So this morning the program is straight out accountant. Good morning. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
What happening there, girl?
Hi there.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. Salawat, good morning. Pastor, good morning. I'm reading from the Word of God, Matthew chapter 5. And seeing the multitude, he went up into a mountain, and was sitting with his disciples came unto him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for there is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the poor in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. This is the end of the scripture reading.
And thank you so very much. What's up, girl?
I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. How could you be good and you ain't see me? So shucks,
Hello.
man.
Well,
I feel
I
bad.
can see you, but I'm hearing you, and like I
Okay.
tell you, I'm good.
Okay. All right. What? Lazarus back from the dead.
Resurrect, come back home.
Yeah.
Resurrect.
Olive.
Not always.
Not who?
Beyond the comedy.
Dillian?
Yes.
I ain't hear that since Adam was a little boy. Boy, yo.
Fishy carnival, how you go here?
I hear you, girl. I hear you. Do thing. All right. Well, take care, girls. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, the same to you. Have a nice day.
All right, good.
Bye bye.
Everybody want to sit down and come. Yeah. This morning, agriculture is going to be fun. So, what happened to these people, by? What? All this commotion, just a thing, a little thing there, man. Just man. What? The US sent me a message there. I don't understand that message at all, no? The email with the CD in it? Oh, what you saying there? Claudette, good morning, Miguel. How you do? And Andrews, how you doing? Good morning to you. Have a wonderful day today. And Claudette, you too. How long you staying with us this morning, Claudette? I don't know. Good morning. Helen,
Morning.
good morning.
Who will the match last night?
Because don't try that stupidness. Because you go and sleep. Because you leave me and go and sleep. Because I your brethren.
No, when the rain start, when the rain fall, I go lie down, man.
Because you do your brethren that you know what they hear inside of me alone. Because what?
Man, the rain falling.
And you come in and ask me. I don't even feel to answer now.
So you don't know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Who win?
All you win.
What's West Indies win?
Yeah, they win. And they win big. Yeah. They win big, real big.
That good.
They won by 5 wickets with a lot of overs to spare.
You still want nothing?
Yeah.
Well, I go down Saturday. Saturday too late?
Saturday good. Saturday good.
Yeah, I go down for them Saturday, right?
Okay then, right. So you win, so you're good.
Right, I go there now. Yeah.
Right, okay. Take care, sir, brother.
All right.
All right, good. So for those of you who missed it, I have left here. What time did I leave? Sometime after 10 o'clock. I left. Yeah, because West Indies had to they bowled New Zealand out for 190. And Carl Caton, good morning. Well, Carl, why don't you call and give farmers a perspective on the match and what you thought, how you thought the match went? All right, let me just send you something, Carl. I don't know if you're still at home, but I'm gonna send you something so that you can just chime in for a minute and let the farmers know exactly how the game went last season. Because you know they believe in you, my brother. They believe, trust me. All right, so that's one here, and that's another one here, and I'm sending both of them to Carl. So if he links up, he links up. If he doesn't link, he doesn't link. But anyway, West Indies won the game. They bowled New Zealand for 119 45.2 overs, and West Indies won by 5 wickets with 11 overs to spare. Yeah, with 11 overs to spare. So they lead the series. So they made 193 for 5. Brooks man of the match. So 93 for 5, 193 for 5, winning by 5 wickets. 66 balls left. And the next match will be tomorrow. Starts at the same time, 2 o'clock on Friday afternoon. And yes, we will be carrying it live. It's the second of the 3-match series between West Indies and New Zealand. The second one is on Sunday. Oh no, I gotta make a call. Wow. I promised somebody to do something for them on Sunday. Now I just realized the match is on Sunday. Jeez, you me. Help us, Father. Okay. Oh boy. Let me see if I can track down my girl. Okay. Lord, Lordy, Lord. Bay Sky, what's up, girl? Good morning to you and all your family too. All right. The Ministry of Agriculture, Lands, Forestry and Fisheries and Cooperatives is pleased with the success and accomplishments of the Grenada Cooperative League Limited during the past fiscal year 2021. The Minister of State with responsibility for agriculture commended the League for their role in income generation, wealth, employment, foreign exchange, and improving the lives and livelihoods of affiliates, employees, and citizens. The commendations were made following the presentation of reports at the annual general meeting on Wednesday, which outlined the transformational direction taken to mitigate the impact, implications, and nuances of COVID-19 pandemic and the significant accomplishments during the period. According to the minister, who of course is Minister Thomas, Adrian Thomas, while the league implements its strategic institutional plan, the ministry looks forward to receiving reports of its full implementation and will continue to support the development of the cooperatives. All right. So that be that day. But hold on. Everybody does get commendation. Yeah. It's time for me to think now. Everybody does get all kind of commendation. I think in the real life, everyone doesn't get no commendation. And we day through to continue. Rain, thunder, lightning, storm. Yeah. We ain't get no commendation. I'll have to start to ask for them now. Yeah. Can't just sit down there and just take things so and just do pretend that we ain't know that we ain't getting no commendation. We ain't getting no commendation. What is fact is fact.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one. Yes, the number one. Oh, yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians. Like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack is and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flap. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes.
As we continue in the morning time on Real 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfm. Friends, so we've got to make that link with our friends down there at the Morris Bishop International Airport, the Med office. And this morning, I've just made the link, and guess what? We're going to be hearing from Jason Robertson, who is a forecaster, senior forecaster, that at the Morris Bishop International Airport Meteorological Office. Jason, good morning.
Good morning to you, Andre, and good morning to our listeners of Real FM. Let's take a look at the weather for today, Thursday, the 18th day of August, 2022. At Point Chelin, it is partly cloudy. A gentle breeze is from the east-northeast at 12 miles per hour. The barometric pressure is 1012.1 millibar, which is below normal and rising. Present temperature, 26.3 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity, 89%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 33.3 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night, 24.8 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, we had 16.3 millimeters of rain. The total for the month so far, 48.6 millimeters. Now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique Valley for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy and breezy, with few brief to widely scattered showers. improving during the afternoon, becoming partly cloudy overnight with few brief early morning showers. Today's maximum temperature should reach 31.5 degrees Celsius. The wind should be east northeasterly to east southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Sea should be moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. The tide is currently rising, will be at 8:30 a.m. and low at 2:45 p.m. Sunset today 6:27, sunrise tomorrow 5:57. To repeat the forecast, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy and breezy with few brief to widely scattered showers, improving during the afternoon, becoming partly cloudy overnight with few brief early morning showers. From the Maurice Bishop International Airport, Jason Robertson reporting.
And thank you so very much,
All
Jason.
right.
Have a wonderful day. It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5,
Yes,
www.therealfmgrenada.com. Yes,
agriculture.
it is Agricultural
Come on.
Thursdays.
Number one.
Oh,
Let's be number one. Oh, yes.
like no
The
good partner,
number
like no good partner, no good partner gone. The Cocoa Association, they have an annual general meeting today. I wonder where they're having that. I know they have it today, but don't know where they're having it. Could somebody tell me where is the annual general meeting for the Cocoa Association today? Carl Kitten, you're a farmer, you should know. Raymond, yeah, Raymond Courtney, you're a farmer too. Kenny Lalsing, I don't know if he's a farmer like that. I know he planted two saucer or pawpaw, one of them. I ain't even no big set of farmer.
down in computer.
Nah, I don't know about that.
And
I know what Kenny and farming.
oh, yes. Everybody want to see them.
Farming? No, no. Only making joke. All you want all plants dead. Oh, so I've just been reliably informed. Well, yes, well, I know Deluxe Cinema in Granville, so I attribute it then. The person said Deluxe Cinema Granville. So where Deluxe Cinema there again? Must be in Granville? Can be nowhere else. Good morning. Haha. Okay, so the annual general meeting of the Grenada Cocoa Association is today. What time? It's at the Deluxe Cinema. It's gonna be well. It, let me see. Time. They probably have it around. Oh no no. What big emoji and thing fire for me? Yeah. You I will call your name. What time? What time? You didn't tell me that yet. Come on now. Oh, Lisa, in the morning. Well, farmers, come on, take out the boots, take out the boots. You can't go in the land again. You can't go in the land again based on where you live. You can't go in the land again if you have to go to the annual general meeting of the Grenada Cocoa Association. You cannot go in the land this morning. The meeting starts at 9 a.m. and you don't want to miss a beat. So, okay, farmers, right. So, all good. Now, I'm trying to figure out where. Oh, also, just remember that the Ministry of Agriculture, they're now accepting applications for the family labor support. So you might want to call your district office to find out how the process is going. All right. And remember the election was supposed to take place on Tuesday. That didn't take place. It's possible. I'm hearing that it might be on Monday, I think, but we're gonna find out. Somebody just sent me a message that say fire for Sinclair. Me not me look at reading it. All you see me look. I reading, see, I reading the things if all you want to see, look. If all I can see it is my business, it's not my business. I can see. Yeah, I think they're fire for Sinclair. So anyway, am I backing him? Am I backing nobody? I'm backing nobody. I no horse in no race here. No horse in no race. All right, let me see what else. What I keep again, all kind of information from all kind of angles, eh? So I have to be okay. This is one I really wanted to chat about for a minute. There are some figures now for plant distribution, and there's some figures that are available and breakdown. Now, first, it is important to note that the Ministry of Agriculture, they did have something like 69,712 plants propagated for the 2022 plant distribution season. 69,712. Now, of those, what I can tell you here is that in terms of herbs, and when I say herb, Rastaman, don't jump up and feel it's ganja talking about, not ganja, right? Not ganja. In terms of herbs, 574 that's been distributed so far. Is it? No, 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 no. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me get it straight. No, no, no. This is what they would have done for the year. All right, they did like 1,405 coconuts and 6,737 ornamental plants that will decorate your home and thing. In relation to cocoa, the same cocoa meeting I'm talking about today, it started at 9 a.m. this morning. 9 a.m. Andrew can be this afternoon. Stop your stupidness. 9 a.m. They did 1,140 cocoa plants. And in terms of spices, and by spices here, I guess it would mean cinnamon and what? Clove and thing? Yeah. They did 17,860. And in relation to what is considered to be economic fruit trees. So I'm suggesting that economic fruit trees, by that you would mean soursop and other of its kind. They did something like 32,060. A total of 69,712 plants were propagated for the 2022 plant distribution season. That is on now. My only thing here is that I'm looking at the herbs, and I'm not speaking ganja. I'm looking at the herbs, and it just like looks to me like a small amount. I don't know if that's a regular thing or if they did not have the time to do more. But the herbs, it's a small, not even 1,000 plants propagated for the herbs, but they did like 574. Okay, and the plants are being sold at the different stations. Maran, and I guess at Maran you will get cocoa and I don't know. It doesn't say here what you would get, but Maran, Bulong, and Ashinden. So Bulong Estate, Maran, and Ashinden. That is where the plants will be propagated and they'll be sold at the stations. All right, so you can check them out, and that is based on what you want. All right, so check it out. Let me go back and see if I get any more bit of information for you. I may have something in my email, but let me look here still. Okay. The Ministry of Agriculture, Lands, Forestry, Fisheries, and Cooperatives wishes to inform registered farmers of that applications are now being accepted, for the farm labor subsidiary program. The program, which will be administered throughout the district education offices of the ministry, has several components to it. The support for establishment and rehabilitation of tree crops, cocoa, nutmeg, salsa, and coconut. So they're going to, based on understanding what, or trying to understand, I don't know if I'm going to get it right, but I'm going to try anyway. I like to try. 4420175 is the number you can call. You call and I'll be able to respond to something that you might want to find out. When BJ comes, we together. All for now, alone. All right. Support for the establishment and rehabilitation of tree crops. Example, cocoa, nutmeg, soursop, coconut. So they're going to help you clean up your cocoa field. They're going to do some pruning, which they must. The nutmegs, they're going to help you clean up the nutmeg trees, do some trimming of overhangings that may be blocking the nutmeg from accessing proper sunlight. The soursop, they're going to have to be doing pruning and cleaning up, helping you clean your fields. The coconuts, I guess that the support they'll give you there is to inspect your fields and realize whether or not you can have some more planted, and maybe look at the trees that you have, the nut trees that you have presently, because those nut trees you may be your field may be infested and you don't even know, so they can send in. So that can be the kind of support they'll be giving to you. They'll be helping you. This says here that they'll be helping you to establish root and staple crops. Examples: vegetables, um, roots and tubers. By tubers, it means things like yams and potatoes and tanyas and stuff like that. They'll be helping you to establish that. Expansion of livestock and protective culture production, vegetables, seedlings, and horticulture. Now, here's my word on this one. Well, let me just read this, which is a finally thing here. The ministry encourages interested registered farmers to complete the online application form, which can be found on their lives on the Facebook and other social media pages. Farmers without internet or who may have difficulty in accessing the online document are encouraged to use their district extension offices for assistance in completing the forms and processing the forms, of course. Their offices are located in Grenville, St. Andrew. You should know where that one is because you just said Grenville and St. Andrew. I believe it's somewhere in a back street somewhere, man. Somewhere where the behind the market, somewhere around there, yeah. Plains in St. Patrick, which is right there. We have to look towards the relocation of one in Plains. Yeah, I'll explain that one of these days. Black Bay in St. John and last suggestions in David. Cocoa and nutmeg farmers are encouraged to contact their respective organizations as it relates to support for the cocoa and nutmeg sectors. For more information, contact 440-2708 or the Ministry for Agriculture District Education Offices. Now, one of the things I find not disturbing, but it speaks here that we need to address this. When you speak of, I'm speaking to the authorities here, when you speak of expansion of the livestock industry or sector, that in itself is a problem. That in itself is a problem. Problem one: ferocious dogs. Ferocious dogs. Farmers, on a very regular basis, are complaining of dogs attacking their animals. And I've said to farmers who have said that to me, and I said, well, you will have to look at having proper housing for your animals and not your sheep and goat and the likes. You want to have proper housing for them. If you have proper housing and you bring the food to them, the chances of you losing them through that meaning by attacks of ferocious dogs, will be very, very low. But is you cannot overemphasize that which has been spoken about time and time and time again. These dogs that attack, they're not necessarily wild dogs. They're dogs that attack, eat what they want, and they go right back home. Yes, they go right back home. These dogs belong to people. But just like the farmers who are not having proper housing for their goat and their sheep, there are farmers too. Yeah, you have dogs, so you're farming dogs. You don't have your dogs tied. You don't have your dogs in proper structures. So therefore, your dogs at nights, they roam and they attack in packs. One person indicated to me that one night they went hunting. And it's a good thing that they went hunting and they had one of those legal kind of hunting guns. I don't know what it is, but it's a legal gun. And he was attacked by two dogs. He was attacked by two dogs. Uh-huh. And if he didn't have the gun to blast, you don't think that he hit any one of them, but he blasted and they ran away. What if he didn't have that gun? He probably could be dead today. Dog owners, you have a responsibility too. We are not of the dog eating culture, so we will not eat your dogs. You know who does eat dog, not me. Dog owners, you have that responsibility to keep your dogs safe. And by that I mean ensuring that your dogs are put in kennels and kept there. If your place is fenced, then by all means, release them. Let them roam your property. But once they're going to move over to somebody else's property, bad things can happen. Bad things can happen in that person where the dogs would have strayed can kill your dogs. And then you in turn will want to kill that person for killing your dogs. And guess what? Your dogs went onto that person's property and caused havoc. So therefore, he sought to take the law into his hands and he killed him. And 99 out of 100 people say, yes, kill him. But of course, we have cruelty to animals. So maybe that's not the best thing. But at the time, he, meaning that person who killed your dog or dogs, would have lost 4 sheep, maybe 2 goats. Huh? And with blood in his eyes, he would have killed him. Not the best thing to do. But that is how he got satisfaction. Because another thing, taking it to court. And people go say, well, I not me dog, and me dog is this, and me dog this, and me dog. I don't have a dog. Yeah. Because nobody has their name branded on a dog. You understand? You can just say, I know dog, I don't know nothing about dog. As soon as you hear how dog kill whatever, you know a dog, you know nothing about dog. Now that is not a good thing. So the ministry, with the expansion of the livestock industry that you're trying to do, I'm saying, couple that with education of people with dogs. Educate people with dogs. Because it's not an easy thing for a farmer to have a goat that is for breeding And when he comes one morning, all the entrails in the abdomen that's splattered over the ground, and eyes looking up at him. Dead animal. So that is something we need to work on. Congratulations, but you know you have work to do.
Yes, the number one.
It's real, it's 91.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one is the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture?
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs, serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited presents its 90th anniversary Best Kept Kitchen Garden Competition. Get involved, complete the forms, and send us your photos of your kitchen garden. Show the judges how you grow your produce. The person with the best kept kitchen garden in each parish will win $900. That's right, $900. Competition ends September 17th, 2022. Entry forms and details can be found on our website at www.grenadacoopbank.com and our social media pages. Enter now and make your parish proud. Special terms and conditions apply.
Welcome home.
It is said the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
GRENDEC Community Partnership Initiative.
One of the things that GND Schools Incorporated as a non-profit organization, what we do, we give a wonderful gift of a library to primary schools. To date, we have given 25 libraries away, and we are building a 26th in partnership with the GRENDEC Community Partnership Initiative. We are building in Dover even as I speak. Our library design has been impacted by COVID-19. We are changing the design. We always nice it up. We always change it around. We always ensure that when we give the 23rd school a library, it doesn't look exactly like the first 10. And now that we reach number 26, we are looking at more standalone single seating. We've changed that model. We've also changed some of the actual physical accessories in the library, and we are also looking at new prototypes, different prototypes of furniture to make our libraries dynamic and ever-changing and vibrant. It is the second grant that we would have got from Grenlec Community Partnership Initiative, and we're really, really thankful to Grenlec for that. We were able to build a 625 square foot library at the Calais Government School, and now we are so very grateful that we are doing the same thing in Parakou at Dover.
Grenlec, energizing our community.
Hey, I know a store where you can get almost everything English. Things like quality cell phones with all accessories, various sizes of Bluetooth speakers for every occasion, clothing for men, women, and children of the highest quality, colognes, watches, and custom jewelry at the best prices in the nation. You can also shop for the best in baby items like disposable diapers of different brands and sizes. We have computers, fridges, microwaves, cookers, and washing machines. Also in stock are blood pressure machines and batteries for watches and more. Every deal is a steal. Visit Little England right here in Kwesi Insutes. Call us today at 458-4111. That's 458-4111.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners.
It's a big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissy.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of colors.
Color by Sissy.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
Are you interested in getting an affordable entertainment package that would serve your every need? Do you own a Fire Stick, Smart TV, or Android box? If the answer is yes, we have news. We can offer you a package that would cost you less than $9 per month. Yes, that's just $200 for the entire year. You would get over 9,000 live TV channels, 31,000 movies, and 4,000 TV shows for your entertainment. These channels include shows, entertainment, sports, news, movies, comedy, and lots more, including international, Caribbean, and local channels. Watch on your smart TV, phones, tablets, PC, laptop, and Fire Stick. We can also supply you with an HD Android box that would convert your TV into a smart TV. Not convinced? Then test our service now for 36 hours free. For more information, call or WhatsApp DP Marketing at 473-457-3546.
Yeah, man.
Yes. Agriculture. number one.
I had Carl Caton there, though, and brethren and sister. He just disappeared, maybe. I guess he just showed me that you're alive. Well, Carl, nice to know you're alive. Yeah, I guess he just showed me you're alive. Gone. He boss it. Yeah, Gemma. Up in there, girl. Farmers, you keep hearing different people saying that we have problems in the world. Not just limited to Grenada. We have our own set of problems for ourselves. We go deal with that another time. But we have serious problem in the world in terms of food. And we just sit down there. Those of us who have the ability and who have the time, you ain't doing anything, you know. You ain't doing anything at all. You just sit there and you cool. That is not the best thing. We call it gone for good. I find Carla's girl like you. Watch, boy. Don't even let me have to say nothing that I was sorry I say. So yeah, come back to farmers. You have the time. You can get the space, but you refuse to do anything about it. You have the time. You can get the space. And look, the Ministry of Agriculture continues. Yeah, they continue to dish out help. They ain't stopped. Don't know if they're going to stop, but they ain't stopped yet. They continue to dish out help. And you sit down there and you ain't doing anything about it. You have the time. You can get the space. Plant something today. Serious times ahead. Rough seas ahead. You keep hearing it from your own politicians and from politicians across the world. You keep seeing it, but you ain't doing nothing about it. I warn you. I warn you. Please, you that have the time, don't waste that time. You understand me? Okay? Time lost can never be regained. Christopher, good morning to you. Christopher say he had a good sleep last night. Stuart, you felt good, boy. That victory come in handy there. I know you felt real good. Good morning to you, Tamika Moses. How you doing? Nashville, Tennessee, my brother, good morning to you. And what's Tamika saying here? Oh yeah, thanks again, Tamika. Cynthia Bartholomew, boy, that lady is always there, always locked on. All right, Tamika is saying good morning to Carl. Well, Carl is not necessarily, he's not due to be in this morning, but I thought I saw him in, and then I didn't see him again. When I was doing something, I thought I saw him there, and then I didn't see him again. But if he comes back in, then I'll say good morning. Liz Lynn, yeah. Hope I see you too. All right. Have a good day. And what is Michelle saying this morning? Good morning, Mr. Donald and the real family. Raw Lewis. No, not the one that's bowl that used to bowl for the West Indies team. That one who used to bowl, he's not the manager of the team. That's a good thing. And let's say good morning to Jackie inside of London. Good morning to you, Joan Francis. Good morning to you, my dears. How you doing? Jay Wonder. Nice to have you on board, my brother. More blessings, more love all the time. All of the time, brother. Joyce Phillip. Yeah, always like to interact with the people who take the time off to send the messages. Let's look and see what we have on WhatsApp. Yeah, there are people on WhatsApp on this other computer over here. Patrick Utley, good morning. Bay Sky. Mina Booker, thanks for all the information. Keith Sylvan, you've touched base, and that's nice. We continue to say to you, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Help us to grow. We're about 600 plus now. Yeah, not very many. We could do a lot better than that. Want to grow to 1,000 plus. When we start, full figures like that, then we start doing different things, and making this channel a really, really nice place. You never know. Based on how we go, I give you a secret. One of the things that we want to do is, for instance, like lunchtime news. We want to do it on the channel. We don't know if you're gonna have to produce it or we're gonna have it read live. But lunchtime news, we want to do it live on the YouTube channel. So to the evening news, we want to do it live or have it recorded and played at a certain time on the YouTube channel. But we must get the numbers up there. We must get the numbers up there so as to be able to do that, in a very healthy manner. So it's up to you to help us to get the numbers up there, past 1,000 and going. I believe that, Dave Felix, good morning to you. How are you doing? Nice. I would like to be 1,000 plus by the end of September. Yeah, if we can get to that 1,000 plus by the end of September, we will be doing good. Just to also remind you that Real FM is celebrating 18 years this year. 18 years on the 21st of November. So we're going to roll out something at the end of September, thereabouts. We're going to roll out something, and we want you to be an integral part of it, an integral part of whatever we're having for our 18th anniversary of bringing information, bringing entertainment, bringing joy, bringing love. There was some sadness along the way. Hey, doing all that with you. We are never able and have never been able to do it without you. Everything has been done with you, and that is what is important. If you live in Canada, good morning to you. Live in the US, good morning to you. Live in Texas, good morning to you. Hey, if you live in London, top of the morning to you. And if you live on the Asian continent, top of the, is it morning your side, or it could be another day because you're probably 24 hours ahead, wherever you are. It's really and truly great to have you. And if you have a friend, I'm saying to those who listen, and don't necessarily view, but if you have a friend who you think might want to be a part of this experience on mornings, you can send a note to that friend and say, hey, go to YouTube and look up Real FM Grenada, and you'll be able to do so and be a part of a Grenadian experience. Nonetheless, this morning, good morning to you, Carol Belfon. How are you this morning, my dear? Trust you're having a wonderful day. Great. But Thursdays, as I say to you, we focus on agriculture. And one of the things I touched on this morning, and I still feel that I did not give it enough, has to do with stray animals. Stray animals. Big people, John Philip, big people. What are you talking about, big child? You yourself know. Yeah, stray animals. Now, not only dogs that stray that give people problems. There are goats, sheep, and cattle that stray, and they give people as much problems. When my good friend Carl Caton used to be down in the Bathway area, when I saw what animals did in his field one day, I was flabbergasted. About a quarter of an acre of watermelons destroyed by stray animals. That is a problem too. So all stray animals, including dogs, It's a very great concern in Grenada. And we need to solve it. It's an age-old problem. It is an age-old problem. But guess what? Nobody wants to bail the cat. Well, I hope and pray that this present Minister for Agriculture will bail the cat. But we could talk about that another time again. You know, the more kind of zip thing, but I'm just getting a little, think as we come closer to the Antonito, how many days we have left? I don't know. Maybe what, 50 something, 60 something, 20 something, I don't know. But yeah, something has to be done. How is it going to be done? I don't know. You guys need to come up with a plan. A plan that is going to effect some sort of a change. It's as simple as that. Good morning to you, Joan, inside of Birmingham. How you doing? Here's hoping that you are going to have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself and God bless you. You always come in and dive out before we could say hello to you. Claudette or Claudia Lacrette, good morning to you. Yvonne Roberts. Yvonne, where is your uncle today? I haven't seen him today. Deborah Laborde, have a good morning. And Stephanie John, how you doing? Hope that you're going to have a great day. And don't forget to let your friends know about this channel, like, share, and subscribe. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Donald.
Good morning, Mr. Primus. How you doing?
Mr. Donald, I've been trying to get your.
What's that?
Get onto your program almost half an hour. I would give up, Mr. Donald.
Never give up, never give up. Like my good partner Carl, he ain't give up on me. He just signed back in, so you don't give up too either.
Mr. Donald, first I want to ask you. Did Jerry get his pepper plant?
Yeah.
Right, but you didn't report back to say. Give me that report.
Yeah, but he did.
He did, Mr. Donald. Mr. Donald, something I've noticed. I was listening to news, the CNN news last night, and it's so strange that they said that the scientists in China are shooting certain things in the sky in order that rain could come. Yeah, because they haven't got rain for a couple months.
I know.
And they are going through a serious drought.
I know.
Yes, and
you know what they're shooting?
Yeah, they say that they apply this thing in the sky and it sort of create rain.
Okay.
But we are fortunate here. I am fortunate. I don't know for others because I'm going to plant some cucumbers.
What you planting today?
I'm going to plant some cucumbers to get some beans.
Stay right there. Stay right there. Carl, good morning to you. Your good friend Primus is planting cucumbers just like you are doing, Carl. What's going on with that? All you planned that or?
Tell Carl, don't plant.
You tell him for himself, he's listening to you.
Carl, plant. Master Carl, good morning.
Morning.
I leave the cucumbers and the others to me.
Okay. That sounds reasonable, yeah.
Good. I haven't done much pepper, just a small amount. 2 and 3 trays in between.
All right.
I mean the cauliflower and lettuce. Yeah. Do not a good bit now.
Well, I'll plant cucumber 1 month after you.
Yeah, that would be okay. You'll get it for the
Because when you was going out, you could tell your clients and they could continue to get from them from me.
Right, that wouldn't have a problem related to Mr. Donald.
So at the same time, I'm helping you and I'm helping me.
Yeah, good call. That's how it's supposed to operate.
Yeah, man. So your customers will be in full supply.
Fair enough.
And so farmers are supposed to do the thing. You know. You're supposed to organize in such a way that you have a continuous amount of fruits and vegetables, so you have variety, you know, saying, but you don't have that this time. And if we as farmers organize, so we could always give the people what they want every time.
Yes, well,
and not trying to eat this food alone for ourselves and don't care after.
Yeah, but second, that's something I always said. It's very difficult. And I don't see what organization who tried it to get the farmers organized in that way so they could provide vegetable right wrong. It's very difficult because I wouldn't take part on when you're telling me I don't plant this week. You will plant and the other farmer, it's very difficult. With the farmers organization, there was a program at one time we tried to implement, and it was very difficult to get that organization and the farmers to comply because we the natural farmers are accustomed doing different crops, and we plant different crops because of the season. We do seasonal crop. So it's very difficult to tell one farmer, you plant cucumber, you plant pepper, you plant cabbage, you plant the other. And what about the others? What about the same farmer who planted chives and other plants, another vegetable? So it's very difficult. And it goes right around. And there's nowhere to support. You know what to do with vegetable? It's a risk. And it's up to the farmer to take that risk. And I will stay in that bracket, the risk bracket. And as farmers, it's very difficult. You, the watermelon and so on, which shall have the areas and to do it, fine. But vegetable farmers, I don't, and especially small farmers. I'm also going to do some planting, Mr. Caton. I'm going to put in I'm doing a fair amount of sauce. I thought I want to give up the nutmeg and cocoa. I'm doing a fair amount of sauce. I collect some plants for the past 2 weeks in Maribo.
Why would you want to give up the nutmeg and cocoa for salsa?
Mr. Donald, I think we'll leave that conversation. I'll discuss that next time.
Okay, so next time you call me, you'll tell me why.
I'm not sure if it's the next time I will call in, sir. I'll have to take up everything to make sure that I have it right.
I got you right. How's wifey?
She not came, sir, to remind you that she is one of the 50, included.
Including who, you?
Mr. Donald,
no. Hey, you can left. Yes, Carl?
Hey, Mr. Donald, you all have a good day, gentlemen.
You too.
Thank you, sir.
All right, great. Yeah, Caton, talk to me. You said Andre Donald.
I was trying to tell Primus. Now in life, the fear of crime is worse than crime itself. If you believe every day somebody go rob you, live in fear every day, and it would not happen every day. I say that just to say, in terms of what he said about farmers and so on, because at the same time, the example he give, but most times in the year, Andre Donald, if you go around, you have certain fruits and vegetables you don't have. You might have a lot in one. When you see tomato, everybody eating. And at the same time, 2 months after that, and you want tomato, and nobody don't have. You have a lot of cucumber, and then 2 months after, you want cucumber, nobody don't have. Lettuce, yeah, sometimes lettuce knocking dog. And then when you really want lettuce, nobody don't have. So I see it as persons have to understand the thing, because watch, farming is no more hit and miss. You have to understand what is going on. Because like you hear, like what I tell you, say planting cucumber now.
Yeah.
The smart thing would be plant cucumber 1 month from now. Because his plot would be going all the time he was ready. And usually what happen, maybe 10 persons might hear Primus planting cucumber and they go and say, what? I'll plant cucumber. And then all the cucumber come and you have a glut on the market, because remember the consumer market here for fruits and vegetables is not a very large one. And then 2 months after, you seen people driving up and down in vehicles asking, by where I'll get some cucumber, by where I could get some tomato. And last month I had real tomato. Last month I had real cabbage. So it's something one has to understand. Farming no more should not be considered for the dons. You know, other people say dons people in farming. No, farming, you have to have a level of understanding. You have to have a level of business acumen to really make it in farming. Farming is not eating a food, but it's something to sustain you. And until my view, and unless and until farmers get into that mindset, added to that seed security, when you are able to plant what you want or what is needed at the time and not necessarily only the seeds available, unless we don't reach to that level, the farming will continue to have plenty one time, and just 2 weeks after we don't have it. Yeah, Dre. So what's up with you this morning?
Well, not much. I'm just trying to bring in your brethren. Let me just show you your brethren.
My brethren BJ.
A bit. Your brethren BJ, so you can say good morning to you.
And I don't think they're using BJ enough. The farming community not using BJ's expertise enough. BJ is a man what have. Well, BJ have it theoretically and practically. If you sit down and have a discussion on farming with BJ, when you leave that discussion, there's a lot of things you see in different and clear. I don't think the farming community making enough use of BJ. And I'm not saying that only because BJ listening. People like BJ is somebody who have in farming, like you go-to person. You observe certain things on your farm, you call BJ. But look at what I experiencing, what I think, and BJ had that kind of wealth of knowledge and experience. And that's the kind of thing we have to do in farming. Because if you're waiting for, unfortunately, if you're waiting for the extension officers most time, they can't really give you. But a man like BJ have it both in theory and practical. And you see, farmers need to understand in this business, you have to be prepared all about it. Because sometimes I get into farming and I get into the farming because I have the desire to farm, or I feel that how I go make a quick money, or my friends and them doing it, so let me try it. But you know how to continue farming. Once you don't have that, you're losing it. You're losing the appetite for it very quick. And a man like BJ, who have training and learning, and BJ is a practicing farmer. That's what his objective here. BJ is a practicing farmer, so he knows the experience, the wealth of experience BJ has in farming. The ministry or the government has to have BJ as a serious consultant to farmers, because BJ would give genuine advice, and you know some people would give you advice to be less advantageous to you. But I don't see BJ as that person. BJ has to be placed as a consultant to farmers. I won't say the ministry, farmers, consultant. So, because I tell you, BJ have a wealth of knowledge in terms of theory and practical. So you have it on both ends. And farmers, I don't think they're using BJ enough, so it's a matter entirely for them.
To each his own, brother.
Morning, Master Call. Morning to the listening public.
How you doing, Mr. John?
I am fine, warm and easy as always.
Yeah. Nice to have you again.
Yeah.
You
sometimes, Andre.
How was the week? I said nice to have you again.
As always. Nice to see you.
What are you talking about sometimes?
No, I'm just telling you sometimes. I'm speaking to what Master Call just said.
Oh.
I'm just telling you that sometimes. When people speaking about me, I look down and I say, bitch, that's you?
Yeah. Carly losing down like you losing marbles.
Sometimes I don't
like
even know if it's me.
money
lost.
So you looking for it.
My socks with me marbles far.
Marbles far.
Andre, let me tell you something about life. You're passing through here only once. And you better make good use of it. Every day that passes by, you need to maximize what you can do for yourself and the world. Or else you're going to be missing out. A lot of people think that the world revolves around them, and they figure that without them, there wouldn't be no world. Think again. Before you know it, you wouldn't be here no more, and the world going to continue. So the knowledge that you have, you could as well as pass it on.
You have a caller. Morning.
Good morning to you all, gentlemen.
Morning.
Yeah, in terms of what Mr. Carl just said about BJ, people like BJ need to be used not in government, but you remember a few years ago, BJ was one of the outstanding person in the River Twine development. So you need people like that. There's a lot of lands that government have. There's a lot of lands that private people have that need to be developed. And we have to try to form those kind of association and those kind of things, something like what we had long ago when they called the farmers, the company and management that used to manage the government farms corporation or something, so they had called them. You need to bring back some of these things. Government have pieces of land all about, Bocage, Diamond, Black Bay is not really them own again. And other places, Granba, you need to set up a proper management structure for these lands and have people like BJ overhauling them. Farm corporation, I think they used to call them, and you had different. This gentleman that used to be in the thing, I think he was in charge of it once, Mr. He was in charge of NIS at once in the early Wilson, and these people and them. So you need a lot of this grouping back. And the next thing is, he was talking about farmers planting a crop now and next crop coming in, and you have glut at the market. The marketing board should be able to control part of that. You should have two markets, an export market and a local market. And so the marketing board will know what the export market wants. But it's difficult for export market because you don't have shipping means of getting your produce out of Grenada. But if you have a proper means of getting your produce out of Grenada, you have an export market and a local market. And that will take care of a lot of it. For instance, when banana was shipping, we had an export market, but we had a local market. You could have got any amount of bananas from a local market, and you had bananas shipping. The boat come, even though the boat can't take all the bananas from Grenada, when they come, once you reach on the pier within the given time, they have to buy the association have to buy the bananas, and then you would have fine markets for these bananas. So we need to bring back these things. And people like you, BJ, can advise government on those things. You have the kind of authority to advise government on those things, not people like me at Embassy there. People like you could push these knobs there. And that is what we want to bring back agriculture into those things. So it's good setup, but you need these people. Practical man, you was a practical man, and you're a theoretic man. I saw you in action already, people didn't know that. Fixing the water pump in River Twine and managing the whole product, whole management of River Twine. So you have the expertise, ideas. So please, lend it to the government if they need it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Just a point on.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of things we sit and we say about agriculture, but my view here fundamentally, until we stop giving lip service to agriculture and farming, it will be difficult to move from where we are. Because everybody seems to hinge on agriculture and farming to sound good. You have some symposium or something open, there's a lot of songing good. Everybody who come, they song good. But they stops. Because if you listen to most persons in their quiet time or when they unhinge and you talk agriculture with them, they're not really interested. But if they have to go and make an appearance, they go song good, so we giving agriculture lip service. And Andre, I don't know, and that is what I've done the research, and I think unless we don't have seed security here, a wide variety of seeds, we will continue to think, because when the persons who sell seeds. Right, okay, practical example. It's kind of difficult now to get any watermelon seed because everybody buying out watermelon. So very soon, you go have so much watermelon on the market because everybody buying all the seeds to plant watermelon. So soon time, the amount of watermelon you go see. And maybe when that happens and you want tomato, you don't have. When that happens and you want cucumber, you wouldn't have. When that happens and you want cabbages, it wouldn't have. And unless you don't have seed security where you could plant whatever you desire to plant at the time and not necessarily the dictates of the seeds that is being sold, we go have a problem. We will have a problem. Because when it's only melon seeds here, you can't tell a man not to plant melon. Because that's the only seeds here available.
So you're saying
And
here,
then again,
Carl,
and then
are you saying, Carl, that it is because of the lack thereof of seeds that we are having such a problem?
yes, and then where BJ comes in, his expertise and knowledge. Now at the back end of the year, usually we expect a lot of rain. So if a farmer needs to plant tomato, he should speak to BJ and BJ would advise him what is the best variety to plant. Because in Grenada, people like to plant Heatmaster and Diane and so on, and they don't like the rain. But he have variety what like rain. So a man will say, oh, plant a thousands to like master and I get a wood because the rain mash it up. But if he consult BJ go say, man, don't plant it master, that variety go better. So when I talk about BJ, I don't saying that to sound good because BJ listening. BJ understand the better varieties at the time of year. But a lot of farmers does not go with the variety. So sometimes they waste resources by planting a variety that is very likely not to make it. And that comes back down again to seed security because you have to have that variety of seeds in stock. So when I speak here, I don't just speaking to sound good. I'm speaking with some practicality in the thing. Because I'm a practicing farmer, so I understand a thing or two. Yeah, Andrew.
Yeah, no, I've been listening to you, and BJ is listening also, and I'm sure you would have some comments on what you just said.
Andre, we need to organize and plan much better than we are doing. With regard to how we're producing things, we are doing it very inefficiently, and that's the problem. One time you can see it, next time you don't have it, other time you have too much, next time the price, whatever. You don't have no stability in terms of production, so your price fluctuate here, there, everywhere, and everybody running behind the high price. And the season when you can grow it, when you can fetch, high price for it, without taking into consideration that there does be a time in the market, Andre, when market forces come together, and sometimes even if you reduce the price of the product to nothing at all, people still don't want it. The market is super saturated.
Okay.
So sometimes reducing the price doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to buy more.
So it's all about understanding when to plant.
It's all about understanding the market forces, Andre.
Market forces,
yeah,
and when to plant,
and when to
is
plant, and
very,
when to
very important here.
And what we need is consistency. And sometimes to do it is difficult because you have in Grenada the weather pattern, it fluctuates, fairly quick. You can get rain today, sun tomorrow, rain for a week, sun for another few days. You can't really rely on those things. So if you don't, gear your farming towards something scientific whereby you can control certain things, you're in serious trouble. Because all it takes is one serious rainfall and then all your crop damage.
Yeah. One serious
rain. And
unless we're doing planting like you, which is beneath covering.
Or even that, sometimes you can have issues. You know, because of the wide surface area, then it's difficult to put plastic on top of those greenhouses. And then because you're going to develop too much heat, and then it affect the crop, the growth of the crops that's underneath them and all of those. So you need proper aeration and those kind of things.
Someone is saying here, why the farmers committees don't set up a group for planting? Everyone can plant the same thing at the same time. Yeah, we understand that. They're also saying they're going to say, and it can be done by parishes. If St. David's planting melon, it should be good, not St. David's, while another parish is doing the same thing. We will wish for that, but that will never happen.
We can zone, but under capitalism, Andre, every man to his own.
Yeah, Carl, come in.
But one thing, and BJ touched on it in passing through. You see, unless most farmers or all farmers don't understand cost of production, pricing will always be an issue. And a person like BJ, that why I'm speaking of BJ, I'm not just saying that because BJ on air. A man like BJ you could go to BJ and sit down and talk to him, and BJ could give you an idea of what it takes to produce the cost of production. So you know if what you're planting making sense, and you know the amount you might have to plant at one time to make economic sense. Because a lot of times you're doing it and it maybe don't making no economic sense to you. So farming is not just going and clean a piece of land, plow it and plant so on. You have a lot of other things that should go into it to make it a success, and maybe those things are lacking. That is why farming is like hit and miss right now.
But might I suggest
all the variables, as BJ mentioned, sun, rain. Like I always tell somebody at the end of the day, I rather have a constant flow of water than too much rain in farming. And they just ask me why. But I say when you could control a lot of things, it happens better.
Might I suggest, Carl, education? Because education plays a huge role. You still do not have the farmers understanding that it is not about leaving a piece of land rest for a while, and then you do so and you go and you put on and then you say, boy, I'll make a 30,000 in that watermelon day. And you just leave that piece of land there and you ain't bother about it again. And the next time you go into it, you ain't make 30,000, you don't even make $5,000. And you don't understand the reason why you did not make the $5,000, and you go and buy a bus, that thing go kill a man. And the next time you go and you make some, you want to kill me with the price because you want to recover for the second time that you did not make anything. So might it be education, gentlemen?
Yeah, but even what you're saying, Andre, and BJ knows that certain soils in certain areas different. What is soil in Montreach might be deficient in, one in Livera would not be deficient in it. So again, even the combination of fertilizer, you have to understand, because sometimes you might give in the soil something, you have a lot in a fertilizer, and know that's what you really need. So like, okay, like fertilizer comes and you just go and buy a bag of fertilizer. But sometimes the combination of the fertilizer is not what the area you're working in needs. But sometimes you don't understand, and you know that, so it's like you're wasting resources. So I tell you, a man like BJ, that I tell you, BJ have to be a consultant. A man like BJ would understand those things. And my thing for saying BJ, because BJ, theoretically, BJ has a handle on it. And practically, he does it. And a lot of times you have to have respect for people like that. It's not about genuflecting at the altar, but recognizing and respecting them enough to seek them out for advice.
BJ has something that he wants to say, yeah?
No, I was saying, Andre, that if we don't plan our agriculture properly, it's going to be difficult for us to seriously make money out of this thing. And this is my concern. I used to do watermelon and always have watermelon. And I noticed that there were a lot of farmers struggling to do watermelons. And then I did a manual and pass it on to different farmers. And those farmers start growing huge quantity of watermelons. So I stopped the watermelons. The same farmers who were doing large quantity of watermelons in recent times, they say, BJ, we have the same problem like you. Other farmers are doing large quantity of watermelons, so we stopped too, you know. And we had the same problem with things like plantains. Plantains were selling for 250 a pound, and we jump into the market and bring in some plants from Israel, and start producing large quantity of plantains. It moved from 250 to 50 cents, the price, to I don't really want. So, Andre, unless we don't plan our agriculture properly, unless we don't have guaranteed market, unless we don't synchronize this thing properly, unless we don't have a national farm plan as to where we're going, what we're doing, we're just gonna be shooting in the sky. Sometimes two bird fall, sometimes you waste your bullet. You don't really want to live that way. You want to be sure what you're shooting at.
We moved to 23 minutes, and that is before the 9 o'clock. Both of you gentlemen, I want you to comment on this. I couldn't let you come today and not have you comment on this. Uh, the country was told that there will be a meeting at Deluxe Cinema in Grenville on Tuesday last, and that meeting was to elect, select, or get a senator in relation to agriculture. Who would like to go first on that in relation to commenting on the whole issue? Carl, you, BJ, you. Who's going to go first?
The thing is
What I
that
picked up on the whole thing is that the meeting was postponed from the Deluxe Cinema or the date because of, again, disunity. I understand there was a school of thought where some persons thought only organizations that should determine who the representative is, and there was another school of thought where persons say all bona fide farmers should be part of the process. And I think those two variations didn't happen. As a matter of fact, the meeting was so set up that all food and refreshment and thing was planned, so he just had to give out and so on. And there again it goes, what the persons want to represent. Is it for a status to say I'm the senator representing the farmers, or is it for I'm the person really representing the farmers' interest? Because I must say this here, and if I didn't say that, I would be a hypocrite. In recent times, or as far as I could remember, most of the farmers representative in the Senate has been derelict. When I say derelict, and I will give an example here, the business representative in the Senate seeks the interests of business people. The workers, in terms of the union representative in the Senate, seeks the business of their workers. But it's sad that the farmers representative always seems to be politicizing the thing. They does not represent the farmers, it's about politics. If a party walk out, they walking out too. If a party put tape on them or they put in tape on it, the farmers what send them to represent the farmers. So if you want to be in politics, all well and good for you, but if you become the farmers representative, represent the farming community as how the workers represent the union representative represent the union, and how the business representatives represent the business, and do go otherwise or sideways. And that is my issue with representatives of the farmers in the Senate. They seems to lose the reason when they reach in the Senate, and it does not perform with distinction because they don't represent in the farmers per se. They have in the political slant to it. And that is something farmers ought to be in a position. When a man, if you give him the thing to represent you and he's not doing it, you should be able to recall that person and say you're not doing what we want you to do. You have your own agenda, so continue it, otherwise you can use us as a platform to do something different. And that is my view, honestly, and I don't apologize for that particular view because I've done the research and I've seen it.
BJ, you care to add?
Andre, generally, agriculture, when you mix it up with politics, you have issues. because of the nature of the thing itself. Sometimes you ought to be neutral, or most of the time you ought to be neutral. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know which is which here, the people, and I want to join with Master Carl here, that seems to be going up for election, whatever. This seems to be very political. And you can be political and control yourself. Those people who seem to be able to control themselves. You can be political and still not be biased. Those people who seem so able to remain neutral. And this is where the problem is, because of the nature of the task that is involved. You ought to be neutral as the Senator for Agriculture, because you need to be representing the farmers and not any political party. And when you go in those places and we sit on our chair with preconceived ideas in our house, you can't help but making foolishness.
You see, when I look at the whole thing in relation to this,
Andrew,
and
no, no.
we can hold on. Let me finish, my
No, no,
brother.
I could go. I have to leave.
No, oh, you have to leave. Okay, great. I'll catch you again another time. One love.
All right, take care.
Yeah, good. Yeah, BJ. When I look at the whole thing, is that I keep always trying to figure out what does the farmer want in relation to representation in the Senate. Does it have to be a farmer representing you in the Senate, or a person who understands and communicates with you, the farmer, on a large scale? You, the fisherman, on a large scale, knowing your needs, knowing your wants, and being able to put that into a discussion so that when he goes to the corridors of power, as Carl would say, to represent you, he's able to make a case for you. He's able to make a case for your needs. But for too long, we see political parties being able to influence that particular position. And I used to wonder why this was happening. And then I realized that it was the actions of political parties so as to try to have as much support in the Senate as possible. And if together with the 3 senators, because you have 13 senators, right? You have 3 by government has 6. You have 3 by the opposition. You have 1 representing agriculture, 1 representing what you call it, the chamber, and who's the other one? Help me, BJ. Who's the other one? I don't. But anyway, and then of course you have the president of the Senate, who is the one who has the casting vote, should in case that you have. So I always believe that whatever party is in opposition, courts, all the senators who are not necessarily government senators. And that is their way of trying to upstage things in terms of, well, if a bill goes up there, goes to the Senate and they decide, well, what today, everybody from the government side in there here. So we go pull a coup, and that bill that they want to pass today, we won't let it pass. Because we have the support and we could pull and say, hey, let that bill stand down. Maybe next time you go pass. And that is what my concern is. So the senator with responsibility for agriculture all the time gets slam bang in the middle of this. Because, BJ, that nobody could remember a senator of agriculture before Keith Clouden? Can you? I can't. People can't remember who was a senator for agriculture before Keith Clouden.
Yeah, Creek Closing was there for about 17 to
Not
19
not
years.
just
or around.
17, 18 years, but because of what he did, because of the stance he took. And what happened is that senators that came after him did so too. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I think the three of you all have been so right so far in the statement. Well, Mr. BJ, I've not really spoken on that yet. But you are so right up to that point, and Mr. Carl was so right up to that point. The senator for agriculture, a lot of times, do not speak in reference to agriculture much. They speak in reference to the party that they align themselves with. So while you are there as a senator for agriculture, you align yourself to a particular party, NMP, NDC. So you are activist of NMP, or activist of NDC, and you want your colors to be shown there. And that's what happened. But you need somebody who is going to seek the interests of the farmer and lobby the parliament for benefits for farmers. And that is where the problem is. You need the person who is going to lobby for the benefit of farmers and not for the benefit of the political side that they are on.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that happening very often and a lot of times. So and not only with the Senator for Agriculture, the senator that represent other areas wants to make sure that it gives support to whichever party that they think that they align to more. And that is a dangerous thing. So we understand that that meeting will be held next week, Monday or Wednesday. The primary thing is that people have to understand that you don't want an activist. You want somebody who is both in agriculture, who is going to help to promote agriculture and help the government to come up with matters and with recommendations for agriculture. I think that is where the problem is. And as long as we continue it in that kind of way, politically active, we are going to be getting the same thing happening, and it wouldn't make much sense. As I said before, there is a good avenue now for the government to capture people like BJ and them, and hold that can hold farmers' hand into our major problem here now is, as the gentleman talk about seeds. I don't think seeds is a major problem because we have the Chinese here with us, and the Chinese could develop seeds for planting. What you need is proper market and proper shipping arrangement for our commodities. One person said just now about zonage in parishes, St. Andrew's plant. That will be very, very, very difficult to do. What we need is your quantity. You look at the potential that you need for out there, and you could find market for that. Just like we have a market for soursop now. Any amount of soursop can leave Grenada. Any amount of soursop, but you have to be at a standard, a quality. And that's where it is. So what we need is people to do that for us. Quality and standard.
And all right, Clifford, let me ask you one question before I run you off.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the holdup in relation to the election as it relates to the Senator for Agriculture?
I am not too sure. I didn't hear it,
Okay.
But as you say now, you give a lot of more information that I heard. I didn't even hear that it was taking place in St. Andrews. What I'm hearing is it seems to be politicized. That's what I hear, but I have no good guarantee on that.
Okay, thank you.
Good.
Great. Have a nice day. BJ?
Andrew, why? I keep asking that over the last 10 years or so, being on your program. While Can't we just have national symposium, farmer symposium, whatever, conference, whatever. Andre, how comes when we have election to elect the farmers representative, we always seems to want to do it in some like a clandestine way. We either have it in some like a conference room in the ministry or some like a highly like a dark place, and some people wouldn't even know about it. No, no notification, no promotion, no nothing. You will hear on the news later on or sometime down the road you see it on the newspaper that this person has been elected and those kind of bandlu kind of old foolishness. You keep wondering where we going with those things, Andre. In order for Grenada to seriously improve, we have to change the legislation in Andre. We must change the legislation. It have no two ways about it. This old way that we choose to function, this old traditional, outdated 14th century God knowing business, Andre, this is gonna put us into trouble. Why would you want to have somebody elected in the upper house in this country, all right, based, all right, on political affiliation in order to represent the farmers of this country? Aren't you see that looking like trouble? Aren't you see that warrant a red flag? Can't you see that the reason why you are electing that person in the first case is wrong? Andrew, you don't elect somebody to support you on your bag of foolishness in any house. If you speak and you speak genuinely and you're speaking the truth and you're speaking things that make sense, people would listen and support you despite the political affiliation. If you cannot do that, then something is deranged with the people who are speaking to you. You better don't speak to them, Andre. Why would you want to put somebody to represent the farmers? So when you want a bill passed, that person going to support you, even though the bill is wrong, they're going to support you. Why would you want to do those kind of things? In fact, anyone who chooses to support something that they know is not in the interest of the people of this country and are elected to the house should be what? I don't want to use the right word here, you know.
I could give you a word to use.
Tell me.
They should be given a next life.
They should be made to disappear. And
I didn't want to use that one.
Andre, you're representing the people, you're representing the country, and you are discussing that at the highest level. So you need to be at your best. You need to be rational, you need to be prudent, you need to be, you need to be capable to, there are some people who just be sitting in those places and you can just look upon them and they're capable, just the way them speak, the inside of them the right, And how much of this born them just get up in the morning and pray. The man them heart heavy, and them go inside of the sense you see they sit down. They come with the head full of a bag of foolishness already. And Andre, to discuss the people business, sometimes you want to know what it is going on. The last time I see some man put some tape on them out, in the house, Andre, they sit down there and they put some duct tape, over the mouth, Well, I wanted some over the nose too, So they can breathe. They did one time, bury that and I put you to represent me and you take me, you put tape on your mouth.
Give a call. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Donald and Mr. John.
Morning.
We have a problem there. Because, you see, you could be, they go in there as a farmer's representative. But from the time they put the jacket on, the jacket is what spoiled them, They become jacket bandits. So they're politicians straight away. They don't have an idea as to what it takes to govern the country. They don't understand political science, nothing in that area. You send them in the Senate to represent you in the farming sector. And then they just put on a jacket and they blow it away.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Have a nice day. It's nice.
Jacket change your man,
Just to remind folks that the program, of course, this morning, as per usual, every Thursday morning comes to you the compliments of our friends at Gittins Home and Garden Center. We're going to take a quick break, BJ, and I come back for final thoughts from you. This is Real FM Radio. Stay with us.
And nursery agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy, Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call 0975 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
It is said the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself, a taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
Yes, agriculture is the number one.
Andre Donald together with Bertrand John. Well, Carl left us. JD didn't make it this morning. Your final thoughts on the whole, it's not a fiasco, but the whole situation in relation to the election of the selection of the president for the Senate.
Andre, a democratic process is based on democratic centralism. What the majority says, you have to go along with it. Okay? In recent time, the majority of people in Grenada voted for NDC. They formed the government. That's our government, Andre.
Of course.
Based on democratic centralism.
Yeah, of course.
Even though you didn't vote for them.
It's
but
your
it's our government.
You don't have a choice now.
Of course, Andre.
Yeah,
that's our government. Dickon is our Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Okay? How comes they want to elect farmers now? Somebody to represent the farmers in the Senate. And you're telling me they have 16, 17 little people in a building electing that person. So how come they putting somebody there to represent me and I don't have a say in electing that person?
I kind of thought that the Ministry of Agriculture would have stayed away from that and let that not be their business. Let the farmers come and say, yo, this is who we want.
Andre, they need to put structures in place whereby the farmers elect who they want to represent them.
The other
Not like a clandestine band looting where they choose some people so and choose some people so, they call some people so, they lobby here, they send a little text here, they bribe this one over there to go and make their bag of foolishness. And that's why this country will have serious problem taking off.
Here's a school of thought from me, BJ. We know that we are going to be having, whenever the elections, we know that all senators are null and void. And we know there'll be a senator for agriculture, there'll be a senator for the Chamber of Commerce, and who else? Labor. That was the one I missed out. Labor. So, I believe that the electoral process should allow for the electoral office to approach Labor and say, give me 2 persons or give me 3 persons, Labor, whom you believe should go forward and be your senator. Labor gives them the 3 persons. They do same with agriculture and they do same with Chamber of Commerce. These people, BJ, are put on the ballot paper.
100% with you, Andre.
And when you go in to vote for your candidate in your area, these people are there. So you now have to vote for who you believe should represent Labor, who you believe should represent whatever. So everybody has a fair chance across
Playing
the
field
board.
is level, Andre.
Playing field is level.
And you don't shift the goalposts.
You ain't
So you have a fair game.
So on the night when the results are announced,
You know exactly who is senators for representing those different areas.
and let the opposition will then select the senators as they do fine. The government will select the 6
Fine.
senators as they do fine.
But don't play politics with the things
with those
that
three things,
with those
don't play-
things.
don't play politics to them. Don't play politics.
And there was placed as neutral senators for a specific reason.
Yeah.
You think the people who done that before didn't know that those people ought to be neutral, Andre? But you have some old jumbie raise them here now for what? Political reasons and to disturb and I'm not calling nobody name here.
Let them tell Skipper Andre say he had caused that because he used to wake up them farmers in the south and go in grammar and take some farmers and they come and say Kid Clouding is the thing. That's what used to happen.
Andre can lobby for those things and call man and bring them in rum shop and those things are too serious for you to be playing around with those things.
You can't play around with things.
No,
No.
it's too important. Those are serious pillars, Andre.
Tell Kid Clouding you'll never start this thing. BJ, thanks again.
Anyway, have a good day. Good morning to this in public. Later.
Your niece, what's her name?
Yvonne Roberts.
Yeah, she's
That's
on.
my auntie.
Your auntie?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah.
Good
she's
morning, Auntie Yvonne. Have a blessed day.
Yeah. Take care of yourself, man.
Take
One
care.
love. It's real. It's 91. The program came through the compliments of our folks at Gittins Home and Garden Center. After this, we'll have the news. Stay with us.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest news update produced by Triple M. Details when we get back.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere. The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
Welcome back. Locally, the Caribbean Development Bank officials visited Carriacou in the